job placement department here at Moviso Academy, and today I'm going to show you what a resume is and what exactly you should be including in your resume. Now, the purpose of a resume is to market your education, experience, skills, accomplishments, and extracurricular activities related to your job objective, meaning that any experience or accomplishment that you include on your resume should be professional and should be related to the specific job that you are applying for. Now, these are two sample templates of a resume. Now, they are different, but you do notice some similarities. For example, the name is the first thing that goes on a resume, and it is also what stands out the most in the biggest font. And that is because if an employer is reading your resume, they want to know who exactly they are reading about. Following that is just your experience section, and it looks very organized, and there are different categories, and I will go into those categories in a little bit. And another huge similarity is that both resumes are only one page, which is very, very important. Now, the exact content of your resume, like I mentioned, the first thing should be your name, your first and last name, and it should be what stands out the most in the biggest font. Following that should be your contact information in a smaller font that usually matches the rest of the resume. That is your address, your phone number, and your email. And that is because if an employer is reading your resume and looking through your application, they want to know how to contact you if they do want to offer you a job or an interview. Following that is your objective, which is a statement that shows why you are applying for the job and what your career goals are. You should also include 2 to 3 skills that show why you're the perfect candidate for that job or would be a perfect addition to that company. And that should only be 2 to 3 sentences long. Following that should be your professional experience in reverse chronological order. You want to include the month and year that you started working there and the month and year that you stopped working there. You want to include the company name and the specific job title or position that you held at this company. Following that should be 2 to 3 of your responsibilities, and they should be specific responsibilities. A lot of people might just put customer service in their responsibility, but that doesn't really tell me what specific service they provided for the customers. Following that should be any prizes and special recognitions that you received at this job. For example, Employee of the Month or Employee of the Year, the highest number of sales perhaps. And that is just to show that you are someone that stands out, not someone who might just come in to complete the 8 hours of work a day that they have to do. You want to include any special licenses, for example, a real estate license or a CPR and first aid certificate, but that is only if it is related to the job that you are applying for. Following that should be your educational history. Now, if you graduated high school, you want to start with high school. If your education is lower than high school, it is okay to leave that out of your resume. The lowest level of education that should be included on your resume is high school. Any college or university degree that you might have, such as a Bachelor's of Arts or a Bachelor's of Science, you should include as in your educational history section as well. And any special training that you have received, such as the training you are receiving here at Moviso Academy, should be included in your resume. The last section should be the skills and abilities section, and you want to include a good mix of hard skills and soft skills. Hard skills are technical skills that are teachable and specific to the job that you are applying for. And soft skills are more social skills such as leadership, communication, being a team player, things like that. Now, there are 2 types of resume templates that you could do. The functional resume tends to be the one that our students make most, just because it is the resume that you use when you are changing careers or have long breaks between jobs. And that is because the functional resume organizes your experience into skills. And this is the template that will be used, and it is provided to you by your instructors. Now, you would put the skills here in this section. You could put computer basics here, sales, communication, and leadership. And in these descriptions, you are going to describe how your previous job experiences helped you perfect these skills and how you could apply these to this new job. So overall, this resume shows that even though you might not have directly correlating experience to this new job that you're trying to apply for, you do have the skills and abilities to learn this new job and to perfect it eventually. And for picking out the skills that you choose to include in this resume, look for the job description for the position that you want to obtain and read the qualities and responsibilities section. You want to choose 4 skills from that description that you identify with the most. That is 2 hard skills and 2 soft skills. Try and include 2 hard skills on there, even though I know those are a little bit more difficult to include in a resume, especially if you are changing careers. But if possible, just include 2 hard skills or 2 soft skills. Perhaps just 1 hard skill, 3 soft skills, or if they're all 4 of them are soft skills, that is fine. We will find a way to explain that to your employers so that they see you as a good candidate. The next one is a chronological resume, which is one you are most familiar with probably. And this is the resume that you use where you are continuing in the same position or staying in a related field. For example, you used to be a cashier and you want to apply to be a cashier, but at another store. Or perhaps you don't want to be a cashier anymore, but you're going to stay working in a store. And because that is a related field, it will show that you have experience working in a store. And this organizes your experience by time and positions, like as seen here, which is another template that will be provided to you by your instructors. And you will start with your most recent experience and end with the oldest experience. You want to show any changes in job titles over time. Let's say you've been working at a company for 25 years, but you've held different positions. You want to make that a different category for each position, because that will show your future employer that you are a person that is trusted with more responsibilities, as well as a person that is promoted. Now, some additional resume tips. You always want to double check your grammar and spelling. You want to avoid personal pronouns like I, me, my, and we. It is already clear that the resume is about you, so there's no need to say something like I cooked meals. You could just put cooked meals. You want to start sentences with verbs that draw attention to your skills and duties. And you want to keep consistent formatting throughout your resume because it will look a lot cleaner and a lot more professional, and it will indirectly show your employer that you do have a high attention to detail. And lastly, very, very important, you want to limit your resume to only 1 page. If for some reason your resume is going over 1 page, we will probably need to fix some formatting or spacing issue. But in terms of the description, it should be 1 page only. That is all. Thank you so much, and I wish you the best of luck with your resumes. Hopefully by the time you are meeting with me in job placement, you have really good resumes and we can start applying to jobs right away. Thank you.